Hello, crafty friends. Welcome to or welcome back to Jenny Love Journals. So we're going to be doing some more work today on our Christmas TN style journals. In the last video, you guys saw me getting some of the covers ready. I have all 5 done. I did this one off camera, but I already showed you guys this one. And let's see, I believe I did, no, not that one. I think I did, yeah, this one on camera. So you guys seen me do this one. And I did this one on camera. So you guys already seen me do this one as well. These 2 I did off camera. Was it yeah, it was these 2. I didn't want to bore you guys by doing all 5, so I just did the other 2 on camera and these 2 off camera. So I wanted to show you what they look like. Here's this one. And I did the fabric that I showed you guys in the last video that I was going to use, and I just lined it with this Christmas tree ribbon. I thought it came out really nice. And then upon opening it is the same thing with the same ribbon and fabric. Let me zoom out a little bit more. There we go. Just so you guys can see. And then I did this one and lined it with some green rickrack and used this fabric that I showed you that I was going to use because I already had the fabric picked out. On the inside, I used this red, green, and white ribbon to line the inside. Very happy with the way they came out. So all 5 of the covers are finished. So also off camera, I made all of my fabric elements. So let me go ahead and show you guys those really quick. I made all of my ruffles. Excuse me, I made 5 ruffles because typically, like most other crafters, they put some sort of a trim or a lace or a ruffle on the first page of each signature. But being as how these TN style journals are only going to be one signature, excuse me, and I'm making 5 journals of those style. I made 5 ruffles to go on the first page of the signature. So I made this ruffle, and of course I sewed right down the middle, and then this one, and then of course the red and white gingham, and then this one. I love this one. And then this one. So there's my ruffles. And then my clusters. I got all of my clusters done. And I made more than I probably needed to. I think I made like 13 or 14 fabric clusters. And I'm really happy with how they turned out. They're all so cute. But as you can see, I kind of went to town and made a lot of clusters. So there's those. And then if I have any leftover clusters after I'm finished, I will add some of these clusters to like a bonus pack of extra leftover items when I sell the journal. So if you purchase a journal, you'll get a little pack of extra items. Here are my pockets, my fabric pockets. I made 5 because I'm going to incorporate 1 fabric pocket to each journal since, again, every journal is only going to be 1 signature. So I made this fabric pocket. And then I made this one. How cute is that? So this is obviously fabric. I cut around one of the images on the fabric that I liked, and then I sewed on the red eyelet trim up there. And then the same thing with this, but I glued on the Santa belt ribbon. And then this one, of course. And I sewed around the edges. I tucked them up under so that it would make it, you know, durable, and just sewed around the edges. And then I glued on that lacy trim on this one. And I did that for all of them where I tucked them and sewed them. And there's this one. Love this one. And then I just glued across the top, this red candy cane ribbon and then some red rickrack underneath it. And then the same with this one. I glued the snowman and snowflake ribbon across the top and then some red rickrack underneath that. So these are going to be the fabric pockets. And then I've got my fabric flips here. So the first one, let me just move these out of the way so that I can lay them flat and show you, and I'll just zoom in. The first one here, I glued, well, of course I sewed all of these together, and then I either glued or sewed depending on what kind of trim I used across the top is what I chose to either glue or sew. But all of the fabric pieces are sewn together on all of them. So I glued across the top of this. Of course I sewed it together, the fabric, and then I glued the white lace. But I got the Christmas tree here and then this fabric underneath it for that one, and then this one, and this one. This is a longer one, and then again, like before, with the pockets and the ruffles, I only made 5 because I'm going to put 1 fabric flip in each journal since they each have 1 signature. Look at that. How cute is that? The house. And then when you flip it, 'twas the night before Christmas and all through the house. So stinking cute. And then of course this one's my favorite. So I chose another scene. So I have a large, very, very large piece of fabric that has different scenes on it. Like this one, for example, and like this. These came from the same fabric. But again, they have different scenes. And even this, like this house, came from the same fabric. So I chose this where they're all ice skating. How cute is that? And then flipping it up is this one with the snowmen and the wreaths and all that. But I used this ribbon, or lace rather, to glue across the top, and it's got the red ribbon going through it. How pretty is that? So there are my fabric flips, my ruffles, my clusters, and my pockets all ready to go in these 5 TN journals. And again, if you guys haven't been following along, you will not know, but I am making a total of 12 journals. But the first 5 that I'm making are these TN style 1 signature journals, and then the next 5 will be the little golden book Christmas journals. All right, so what we're going to do in today's video, as far as, I don't know if you'd call it crafting, but preparing, is we're going to put the signature pages together for our journals. So I gathered up all of these papers that I want to go into the journals, and I made it so that each journal will get 12 papers. And then when you fold them all, obviously that it will equal 48 when you go front and back to each one. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're just going to divide these up and get them ready for each of our journals. And by the way, I want to wish you all a happy Halloween. Today is Halloween. I think you guys are going to be seeing this video though on November 1st. So for you, Halloween was yesterday. But for me, it's today because I am filming on Halloween. But once I'm done filming this video, I have a lot of preparations to do because my husband and I, as you know, we have another channel and we plan on another larger channel. We plan on filming tonight in a location for Halloween. So we will be doing that. And then we are having our annual Halloween party here tonight. Usually we have it the weekend before Halloween, but Halloween falls on a Friday this year. So we just decided to have it on Halloween. Because if, you know, we were to do it on the weekend, it would be after Halloween. And last weekend we had plans. So anyways, we got a lot going on today. So once I'm done filming this video, I'm not really going to have a whole lot of time to watch back, edit, upload, and stuff like that. So I'm going to concentrate on doing that tomorrow, which is Saturday, November 1st, which again is when you are seeing this video. All right. So anyway, I hope you all had a happy, fun, and safe Halloween for those of you who celebrate. So to make up our signatures here, I have a bunch of different things. I have vintage Christmas cards, pages that came out of vintage Christmas books. Like these ones, for example, came out of a Sacred Heart League children's book for Christmas. I got a couple of those. A couple pieces from KB and Friends of the Elf gram and telegrams, but they're larger pieces, so I can fold them and use them as signature pieces, along with these large green index cards. I think I'm going to pair those with the telegram cards here. I have some music sheets. Like these ones came out of a book here for Christmas. Got a couple of those. These are antique lined pages that came out of an antique book from, I want to say it was 1902. So I have 5. Did I take out 5? I think I took out 4 or 5 of those. Some vintage ledger pages. I took out some of those. These are Little Golden Book pages from a Little Golden Book Christmas book. But I took them out of the book that I'm not going to, one of the books that I'm not going to use for the Little Golden Book Christmas journals, because if you saw my last couple videos, you'll know that the front of this specific book was torn. So I just took some of the pages out of that one to utilize in these journals. Super cute. And then pages out of a craft book, needlework book, crochet books, you know, things like that that are Christmassy. This came out of a vintage 1920s Better Homes and Gardens magazine. These are just some scrapbook papers, some computer letterhead papers. Thought I had more than 2 of those, but maybe not. Of course, I have digitals that are from both KB and Friends and Polka Dot Pixels. So I have lots of digitals to go in. Excuse me. My throat's a little froggy today. Some more 8.5 by 11 scrapbook type paper, if you will. Here's another one. And then some more letterhead, like computer paper. I guess that's what you would call it. I don't know. They came in like a pack of like 50, so grabbed several of those. I think each book is going to get one. Some scrapbook paper. I think that's what this is, but it's oddly shaped. But I like that. I like the way that it's shaped like that. It's going to give that page some character. This is a piece of wrapping paper. I mean, I can cut all the squares out and make ephemera, but I have like 5 or 6 sheets of these, so I have that opportunity anyway. So I'm just going to put this whole sheet in as a signature page. And then pieces of actual scrapbook paper here. I'm going to have to obviously cut them down, collate them to fit in the journals. Love that one with the stockings. And that's it. So I think if I counted correctly when I gathered these up, each journal is going to get 12 pages. So what I want to do is separate these into piles, 5 piles, because there's 5 journals. So let me zoom out more. I don't know. I think that's the farthest I can zoom out unless I bring you up higher. Sorry about the jump there. Let me come up this way. I'm going to have to stand up for this because, again, we have 5 piles going on that we have to do. So, my sweater. It's a sweater day, y'all. It's chilly here in Southwest Florida. I woke up this morning to temperatures of 57 degrees, and I was loving it. Sorry if I got loud there. I just got a little excited because, you know, it's hot down here. It's hot down here in Southwest Florida. So, but tonight for our Halloween party, which is going to be outside, it's going to be chilly. It's going to go down into the 50s, and I'm excited for it. Like, who knew that somebody would be excited for the cold? So I put on my sweater. Anyway, back to the project. So yeah, I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to pull from the bottom to, so that the bigger pieces will go on the bottom. So we have some scrapbook pages. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is perfect because we have 5 journals. So do 1. This isn't scrapbook pages, again, wrapping paper, but still. 2. Let me move my camera a little bit more. There we go. 3, 4, 5. And then we have the letterhead. These pages here, and I have 5 of these, so we're gonna put 1 of these in each. Okay. And then we have, go underneath again. Thought I had 3 of these. Let me check really quick here. Could have sworn I had 3 of those 8.5 by 11. Yep, here's the other one. It's kind of in the middle. So we have 3, so we need to make up 2 more. So we'll grab 2 digitals. 1, 2. Is that upside down? No. I love these digitals. How cute are these? I printed on the back also. But again, these are, I believe this one is Polka Dot Pixels. You can go over to her Etsy store. The kit is called Dear Santa. It also comes with a bunch of ephemera. I showed you guys everything that I printed and cut from that kit in my video the other day. This is also as well, and I printed that on the back. This is blank on the back, so we'll do some stamping or something when we get to that. Same with this. And I believe same with this. Okay, so we have, let's count how many scrapbook papers we have left here. Or not scrapbook papers, but digitals. So we have 1. Is it stuck together? No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's give each one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have, what, 3 left. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 plus. Perfect, because we have 2 of these. So we'll do 1, 2. All right, now what do we have left? We have some craft paper, paper from craft books and magazine sheets, things like that. And of course, once we get all these together, I won't do it on camera because it's kind of a boring, tedious process, but before I get these sewn in, obviously, I will cut these all down so that they're all the same size. Some of them I might leave a little bit bigger, but just fold them over for pockets or flip outs, things like that. All right, so this came out of a needlework book. How cute is that? So I want to use that as a page. So put that there. And then this came out of a sewing book. So I want to use that as a page. Needlework, I believe. And then this is another one. And this came out of a vintage magazine. Now, the back has nothing to do with Christmas, so I'm thinking I might have to put something on the back. I don't know what yet. I'll figure it out though. I will figure that out. All right, next we have, what do we got? The little golden book pages. Yep. Little golden book pages. I did cut or take them out in a folio style. So this will technically be 2 pages because it's already folded for me. So I guess each book will get 13 pages total. So it'll be like, what, 53 front and back, something like that. Had to stop and do math. I'm probably wrong. I don't know. But anyways, each one, I think I got 5 of them. Yep, so each one will get a page. And then we have, boy, am I glad I separated these in order when I was pulling. This is vintage ledger paper. It came out of a vintage ledger book. I often use these for journal pages just because I love them. And we have the antique notebook pages. How many? I know some of these are folio style and some are not. Let's see how many we got. 1, 2. Nope, that one's not. 3, 4, 5. So we have 3 that are folio style and 2 that are not. So, and then the ones that are not, we're going to have to fold like this. And they'll just be a little bit of a smaller page there. But it's okay. That's what makes them all different. So as you can see, the pages that I'm putting in here, a lot of them are from the same source, I guess, but they're all different except for these, obviously, in the ledger pages. But the book pages, the craft magazine pages, the digital pages, the scrapbook pages, even the music pages are all different. So every book is going to be different. This is going to be a smaller one, but it's okay. And then these are folio style. Okay, I only had 4 of those. Let me double check. Yep. Okay, I'll put the vintage Christmas card in the one that didn't get one. Because I only have, if you guys seen the video I put out last week where I was showing you everything that I gathered for these projects, you guys know I have several of the vintage Christmas cards, but I only pulled one for this, for the TN journal, so that actually worked out pretty good. I have the large index cards, the green. I didn't have any red, but it's okay. It is what it is. So each one will get one of these to go in the signature. And because they're so large, when you fold them and put them in, well, actually I do it like this, and put them in the signature, it, you know, it takes up a little bit more than half of a page, so it's worth it. And then we have, looks like we have 3 of these book pages and then 2 of these, so that's perfect, actually. There we go. I think that's all of it. So let's count. We got 1, well, this is 2, so, because it's folded, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's, what, 60 pages front and back, which is pretty good in each journal. A couple of them are only going to have, I think, 57 or 58, because as you guys know, there was, instead of the folio pages, they would be just 1 page, but I think it's just in like 2 of them. So anyways, the next thing that I need to do is cut these all down. And like I said, I won't do that on camera because it's a very boring, let me grab some paper clips here. It's a very boring, tedious process to just sit here and cut them all down. I'm sure you guys don't want to waste a bunch of time watching me do that. So I'm just going to paper clip them together and get them ready. And then, like I said, off camera, I'll get those all cut down to size, get them sewn in. Now, typically when I make junk journals, I don't really sew my signatures in until after I'm done. You know, just in case there's any changes that I want to make, you know, after I'm done putting pockets on them and embellishing them and stuff like that. So that's when I typically go for sewing them in. It's like one of the last processes. That's when I do like a 2, 3, or even a 4 signature journal. I've only done, I think, 1 4 signature journal. The majority of my journals are 2 or 3. But with the 1 signature ones, I usually sew them in first. And then I work on them, if that makes sense. So I'm going to cut down the pages, sew them in. Like I said, a few of the larger pages I might fold up to make pockets, or fold over to make a flap that comes out so that you can write on it for extra writing space, things like that. But for the most part, they're going to be the same size. And I love that. I have a couple of these. So when I do the little golden book journals, which will be after I'm finished with these ones, and then I'm going to do the 2 larger journals the night before, the very large night before Christmas journal. Again, if you guys saw the video where I was prepping and showing you everything that I pulled to make the 12 journals, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then the patchwork cover journal, that's going to be a 3 signature, which will be 12 in all. Put the rest of these back. So there we go. We have all of our signatures, or all of our pages ready to make our signatures, which was easy. Didn't really take me too long to gather up pages. As you guys know, I had some of them already ready. And then, of course, I had to go around and gather up other ones because I didn't have every single one of them ready. And then the fabric flips. Those are ready to go. I love that one. And that one. Those 2 are my favorite. Fabric flips. Fabric pockets. Fabric ruffles, and clusters. So again, next step is to cut the pages down, sew them in, and then I will make some pockets using scrapbook paper and things like that on my Big Shot so that we can glue in the pockets, glue in the fabric elements, and start stuffing them with ephemera. Which I think Monday's video, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a haul video on Monday because I'm pretty busy this weekend. So I'm not sure if my husband and I are going to be able to get out and do any thrift shopping this weekend. If we do, it will be a smaller haul video for Monday. But if not, we'll still do the giveaway on Monday, obviously. But it will be it'll be a crafting video rather than a haul video. And in that video, I think that's where we will start gluing things in to our journals. Again, our pockets, fabric elements, and things like that, so that we can start getting them filled up. I want to get these done and in my Etsy shop by either the middle or the end of next week, which is like 5 or 6 days from now. So I really want to get these done. I think I got a good start on them before we start our little golden book Christmas journals. But anyways, there we have it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining me today. I'm glad I had you guys with me when I was going through all this and getting all of this set up. It's always a pleasure. And of course, as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a great big thumbs up. Share it out to any family and friends who you think would enjoy it. Liking my video, sharing my video is absolutely free to do, and it helps my channel tremendously. Don't forget to join me over on Facebook and Patreon. Both links are in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys, and happy Halloween!